Hi Pisces, welcome to your March 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Happy birthday Pisces. It's your month and it's what a cracker of a month. We have Pluto that is moving. We have Saturn that is moving. We have Mars that is moving out of Gemini finally. And I'm going to be breaking this down for you and telling you how it is that it's going to be impacting your family, your relationship, your children, your health. But please ensure that you're with me till end of the video because I'm going to be associating them with the slow moving planets. So on the 3rd, we have Mercury that is joining Neptune and Sun in your own house of self. So a lot of conversations about it's your birthday time. I wouldn't say literally goal setting, but what is it that you want out of life? Where is it that you see yourself? The kind of life that you see for yourself. All these conversations are going to be taking place. On the 7th, we have a full moon that is there in your house of marriage. And this is also the house of your business partnerships as well. So maybe something comes to an end. In any case, full moons are quite an emotional time. They are a time where something is ending, something is reaching its fruition, something is finishing. So with a full moon over here, it can be, that maybe if there has been a slight tension in your personal relationship, that gets sorted right now. Similarly, at work, maybe a project gets finished, a business partnership gets finished as well. In rare cases, it could be, you choosing to sort of leave there's a realization and an acceptance about a certain issue which you may have had with your partner, and there's a sort of with the full moon, an understanding and an acknowledgement of what is it that has not been going right. On the 8th, we have Saturn that moves into your own house, Pisces, and it's going to be staying here for 3 years. So first of all, nothing to panic about, because Saturn over here, when it comes into your own house of self, it asks you to face reality. It asks you to, realize that growth is something which occurs constantly, and perhaps you have stopped changing, perhaps you have stopped evolving, Pisces, and this is a time where you must, devote yourself to become fully prepared for the challenges that may lie ahead of you. And only when you sort of face reality is when you can move towards a more sort of a prepared future, so to speak. It's a fabulous time for new beginnings. It's a fabulous time for internal growth. A more developed path of personal responsibility, self-sufficiency, constructive self-discipline, and a greater reserve in your manner and in your attitude is going to be taking place. And for a lot of you, you will probably feel more responsible, as far as your work is concerned, and there could be a good tendency to get tired more easily as well. So try and meditate as much as possible. Try and relax and rest regularly as well. Those of you who suffer from acute stress, it could be a time, that your digestion becomes more slower during this time. There could be a loss of appetite. So try and ensure that you're taking time off regularly, Pisces. The need to be more in touch with yourself is going to be taking precedence over anything else. It simply means about finding oneself, and it's a process that one has to follow in one's own pace and involves learning about yourself, your needs and your desires. And it's a time where you are again being reminded to be taking care of your inner self. On the 17th, we have Venus that moves into your house of communication, and it is joining Uranus over there. And a lot of conversations, maybe a communication that you didn't expect or an information that you didn't know was existed would be shared with you during this time. On the 20th, we have Mercury that moves into your house of earned income, and on the 21st, we have Sun, and then we have a new moon. So it can be, that you, during this time, you could, even though you could be coming up with best ideas, that you could be sharing with others, but Entire aspect is going to be putting focus on your earned income and your self-worth. You're going to be having a lot of conversations around how it is more that you can generate money. In certain cases, it's it speaks about a bonus, it speaks about a promotion, it also speaks about having a lot of courage as far as finances are concerned. And because there is a new moon over there, it can be that for some of you a wonderful new opportunity arises which you are being encouraged to go and explore. On the 24th, and this is the movement of the decade, we have Pluto that is moving into your house of behind the scenes for the next 20 years. Initially, it is moving for 3 months, and I've spoken about this in great detail in my annual video of 2023. Should you want to know in great detail about Pluto transit in your sign, you may go and watch that. I'm going to be giving you a gist of what Pluto will be doing. Pluto over here is going to be there in your house of subconscious, your house which deals about our obsessions, our compulsions, and it is a house where we go and recharge ourselves emotionally. So it's a great time to be doing research. It's a great time for intuitive studies, great time to be learning meditation, great time to be discovering your own inner strengths, looking at your passions, things that really make you happy, and spending time over there. And also this, because this is it has to do with a deep psyche. This house in Pluto, of course, speaks about everything that is underworld. It tends to bring out everything from under the surface. It can bring out parts of your deeper buried parts of your psyche, and it can bring it up and force you to sort of examine or confront it. And it will be very difficult during this aspect to be able to hide any characteristics, and it could for some of you, depending as to how the planets are placed, at times they could come up in destructive ways. So there could be certain patterns of absolutely childish behavior, and that could come out very clearly. And this is something that needs to get corrected in order to be behaving like a mature adult. So try to deal with these hidden and unpleasant aspects of your life, of your past, and try and do it honestly with a lot of compassion without guilt, Pisces. And you will find that, that the more honest and vulnerable you are with the things that you have in your past which are maybe troubling you, the more stronger and more courageous you feel. On the 26th, we have Mars that moves into your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. And Mars over here is going to be bringing about some excitement, some amount of enthusiasm, good news as far as children are concerned, and also as far as your creative pursuits are concerned. However, Mars also brings about a lot of recklessness. So try and be a little careful about not doing things, impulsively or recklessly. Try and be very careful about the decisions that you take during this time. Also, try and not overindulge yourself as far as your creative pursuits are there. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Pisces. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.